All right. This sucks. All right. Well, that went out of nowhere.
All right.
Anyway, hello and welcome to the Throwdown. This is episode 31. I am Emilio Lopez, and I am joined by Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Brian Munjoma.
Hey guys, what's up?
And Mr. Anthony Nash.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, I totally screwed that one up. I was supposed to get the graphics on and then get the thing on, but it's really hard to put graphics on and also start the show. So, yeah, whatever.
It's all right. They understand.
So you guys may notice that there's somebody missing from today's show. Tony Polanco is seeing a film. He's actually went to a screening for a film called Ex Machina. Apparently, it just finished not long ago, so he may just jump in whenever he's ready. And also, Brett and Rachel, I don't know where the hell these people are, but they'll probably know there's a show today, so they'll just jump in whenever they're ready. Duh. So, yes. So what you guys been up to?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's right. Brian's been playing a PS4 exclusive for the past week and a half.
Uh-oh. Down the alarm.
I even have not been playing GTA 5 on PC.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Since it got released on the 14th, I've actually played 3 times as much Bloodborne than GTA 5 on PC.
Well, you have to wait until GTA gets the mods, you know. As of now, you're probably just playing GTA for, the 8th time, probably?
Yeah.
I bought GTA 5 3 times. I'm a terrible person.
That's
I'm
too
sorry.
many.
They got you. Gotcha. But yeah, for me, I'm not playing anything. I mean, I've just been trying to prepare for C2E2, so
There it is. Flash the sign right there.
right there, so you get to see that. You know, that's my table. Anyway,
What's C2E2, Manny?
C2E2 is
R2D2
is essentially the biggest Chicago comic convention. So it's the equivalent of San Diego and New York Comic Con, but it's in Chicago, and it usually happens around, late mid-April. So that's what that is, and I do it every year. There's only 2 conventions that I actually do because I don't have that kind of money. I don't make superstar comic book money, so I'll just do C2E2, and then at the end of the year, I'll do New York Comic Con. So the 2 other big conventions, but there are other really amazing conventions out there that I would love to hit. There's Emerald City, and then there's another one on the West Coast that's also really good too. So, but maybe when I start making some decent money, maybe I'll decide to go out there and then check those out. And I don't know about for at least for me for as far as other things, because I would only do like 3 bits of long travel. I'm probably not going to be able to do what is it?
E3.
E3, yes. I probably won't be able to do that because all the coalition. I'm not officially a member of the coalition. I'm on the coalition. We're on the coalition site, but not all of us actually post on the coalition. So, and of course the guys want to keep it to the main dudes like Tony, you, Nash, and a couple of the other guys who actually do the day-to-day writing and stuff. So I probably won't be doing that. But I was thinking of going there anyway because here's the secret, folks. You can get into those not into E3, but you can get into the press conferences.
Well, don't tell everybody, then there's no room for us.
No, they never fill those damn places anywhere. There's only about 100 actual people that actually are reporters. But eventually, what happens is they eventually open up when there's room. They actually open up the convention, the press conference halls to the public. So that's why whenever you watch the Xbox thing, you hear a bunch of people go, "Woo!" Yeah, that's all the fans. That's all the Xbox fans that moved in. That's same thing with Sony. That's why you hear that.
That's
stuff.
just other Zinc.
He's got a vocalizer on it to kind of split his voice into 1,000.
Sony had a pretty big area last year. Their conference was basically like a stadium almost.
Yeah, they were in a stadium. Well, they're both in stadiums. Like the Xbox one is in essentially their concert hall / event hall.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one, the Sony one, is at what was it?
The Olympic.
The former Olympic Stadium. So
Yeah, the only one like those are big. The only ones that are pretty small are like Ubisoft's wasn't in a huge area last year.
yeah, they were in like a hall.
Yeah,
It was
they were like a
it was like a
concert hall.
concert hall.
Yeah.
But they're all one thing to know about is for people who haven't gone, they're all relatively close to each other, and they all happen on the same day, just at different times. So Microsoft usually takes the day. They take like early in the day, and then you sprinkle in EA and then Ubisoft, which
Bethesda this
Ubisoft
year.
we can never find. I remember not being able to find that one.
Bethesda's
then-
happening this year.
Oh, they're actually doing one this year? That's
Yeah,
interesting.
Bethesda's. Yeah, they started. That one's. They've been sending out invites to like press people, but they're also doing like just sort of like inviting anybody to come and try to get in.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, that's what's going on. So now to our featured topic. So microtransactions. This is actually inspired by the recent news that well, it's not really news anymore, but that Mortal Kombat X has microtransactions. In order to open up all the different characters and stuff like that in the game, you pay money. But the thing is, the difference, the one slight difference between their way they're doing it is that all the stuff that you can unlock by pay, you can also unlock by actually playing the game over and over again.
Right.
So the question is, what do you think of microtransactions in games in general? It's like, is this just because this is just opening up things within the game? Does that make it any better than just the way Capcom does it, where they're just like locking shit off, and the only way you can do it is by doing this stuff, by paying for it?
Well, I think it's bad because this allows people, like, if let's say you have money and you're just like, oh, whatever, I'll just throw money at the game. You could just get perks or whatever you want where other people are trying to earn it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a fair way to do things. It's like, well, you could play constantly and earn it, but there's a paywall, so you just pay for it and then we'll just unlock everything. You just keep throwing money at it and eventually you'll unlock everything. That's not how a game should be. You should just spend your initial money and have everything that comes in the game unlocked for you, or have the potential to be unlocked by the gameplay. And I think it's kind of sad that they're putting microtransactions, something like Mortal Kombat. I can understand if they had additional characters coming later on, and you get those, you pay for those, but even that's like iffy. But this is worse.
So, but so for you, it's like just it sucks no matter what, even if it is something that you can unlock on your own, and if you're too lazy to unlock, let's say fucking Jason Voorhees or something like that,
Well, no, but let's say you have a buddy, right? And I don't know, maybe they have oil money, and they can just unlock day one every character, just buy the combat pack and everything. Day one, boom, every character. Now it takes you a week playing the game straight to earn the same characters, right? So you're not playing for like a week. That's the simplest thing, like comparison. It just sucks. It just like throws everything out of whack. So the same perks you can have it instantly if you're willing to pay for it, or you got to earn it, which might take you days.
Yes. I mean, it's kind of a dumb. I feel like I can understand having it, to kind of pay off, like if you don't have the time to kind of open up these characters, but then at the same time, and I think Nash mentioned this while we were off on, while the show was, we were preparing the show, that he saw something where it said that some reviewers or people who have gotten early versions of the game, they essentially released a patch that kind of gimped the amount of money that you get, in-game currency that you get in order to use to unlock separate things inside of the game. So it's like you get, let's say you got like 1,000, now you get like half that, for everything that you do in the game. Almost, and to kind of push people to try to buy the stuff on their own. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean that would be the only reason that it's there for. Like that kind of stuff is pretty crappy. I think if like you can unlock it in like I don't want to say like easy means because then you're just kind of like presenting no challenge, but if you can unlock it without having to grind and grind and grind, then it's fine. But there are a lot of games where like especially in mobile games where they kind of stop you from playing, or they try to keep you playing like every day by hindering your day by day activity in the game.
Yeah, that's what this is like a mobile strategy. And that to me that they can rebalance the amount of in-game currency you earn on the fly and make you learn less money means you'll have to grind longer is kind of despicable. It means that if they see you unlocking characters too fast, they go, well, we want people to spend money, so let's make it way harder. Let's cut it by a quarter, and it'll take you way longer to grind for the same characters. It's like, that stuff I don't want to pay for. That makes me not want to buy your game.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess definitely the general consensus is that from what we're asking here, it's like, does it also make you? Does it make you less of a gamer that you're going to do something like this? Like, let's say we're talking like something like what was that God of War game that EA made? The God of War clone.
Dante's
Inferno. Dante's Inferno had a microtransaction feature inside of it, which allowed you to get more, to buy like experience for the game.
Okay.
Now, in general, if you did stuff like that, does that make and also buying the characters in games and stuff like that, does that make you less of a gamer, even though you're still playing the game, except you're kind of making it a little bit easier for yourself?
I mean, like you said, some people just don't have time, and I guess for them, there's an option where they can still enjoy the game without having to, I guess, grind through everything. But I don't know. It's like a fine line because there are games that's kind of silly to have in it, like fighting games where like there's a community where that like is dependent on everyone having kind of like the same stuff and having like set rules and set fighters to play with and stuff, and then there are other games where it's kind of you can kind of play like loose and fast with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense in a game like Nash and Mortal Kombat. It's like to play a fighting game, you have to be pretty good to go online and challenge people. You can't be a fair weather person and go, I'm going to buy the Predator, right? And if you don't have time to play, you're going to suck at it, right? Doesn't matter who you buy.
Right.
So this just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you're not like a gamer if you use microtransactions. I mean, it really depends on like what kind of game it is. I think because even for a game like Dante's Inferno, that's kind of your prerogative. If you want to just like bypass all the experience and just throw money to max out your character, you're losing the experience of playing the game, but you're still playing the game.
Well, what about in a game like Battlefield? 'Cause I know that Battlefield had like shortcuts to like unlock all the guns for this class or that class, or unlock all these type of guns and whatnot. What are your thoughts on that?
It's still sort of like the fighting game. Like you still need to be like pretty good at the game to play it, even if you're throwing money at all the things to unlock.
Well, I think in Battlefield it's worse though. Don't you get perks with some of those weapons?
I think in Battlefield 3 they had the shortcuts that just gave you like all the unlock, like so they had like a fighter jet one that gave you all the jets and then like all the perks for the jets.
Right, but doesn't that give you an unfair advantage if somebody is like just building their stats normally?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, kind of does.
Yeah, so I don't like that. It seems like a cheat.
Yeah.
If you can get perks and stuff day one, that's like cheating. That's like, to me, that's just enabling people to cheat by paying for it. You should earn it. Like you could get in a jet in Battlefield. Like I've gotten in. Like, oh, I could get a jet now, and I sucked at it. Right? You have to learn to fly. Like if you could get it day one, and you're just like, oh, well, I have all the perks, so I could just like do maneuvers and whatever. It's like then that's kind of cheating. If I have to work my way up to that, I'm not willing to pay for that because I already bought the game. Why do you have to pay extra to get all this stuff? Like, I'm gonna earn it, or I'm gonna get owned by somebody who bought it.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It's definitely a double-edged sword. Here's the thing, like, do you guys feel that it's good or bad for consumers for this to do this sort of stuff? It definitely does take advantage of people. Like, in other words, takes advantage of maybe somebody's, the fact that somebody doesn't want to exactly put in the time to do these sorts of things, but then they want to reap the benefits of whatever you're getting. So, do you guys think it's good or bad? I mean, especially, let's say if it's like something that's not as detrimental to a game, like it's a costume or something like that. It doesn't really do anything different. It just makes your character look cool.
But the question is, like, can that costume be unlocked without paying for it?
Yeah, that is a big question. Can this, like, if it is able, if you can unlock it normally, or purchase it? For me, I like the idea of I like at least the slight option of that. But
yeah.
But the thing is that, but if it's like a game changer, like if it's some crazy ass super gun, I mean, for me, I would much rather unlock it, normally just by playing the game rather than purchasing it. But if it's something super stupid and superficial, where it's like, oh man, I really want that fucking hat from my Bloodborne character. All right, it doesn't do anything, but here you go.
Well, it'd be I guess because there are games like all right, I guess you could like throw Bloodborne in as like a hypothetical if they had like a special outfit that you got for playing like 10,000 hours of Bloodborne, or you could buy it for like $2. Like,
yeah,
in that sense, it's sort of like it's either you spend money on it, or if you're gonna play the game long enough, you just play it out, or if you just really like the way it looks, you could just buy it. Like, the option is fine, but there's definitely like a fine line between like what you should have as a microtransaction and what should just be able to be unlocked to make it fair for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I pretty much had the same issue with the crew. Because essentially, in that game you could buy like any car, any cosmetic item using like real world money. Essentially like most like free to play games, like you buy the other currency, then that's used to buy the stuff. But how the crew managed to balance it is that it was all tied down to your level. So let's say that you were level 25. You can only buy, or you can only get parts via doing like challenges and stuff. And then the maximum parts level that you could get was equal to the maximum level of yourself, if that makes sense. So then let's say that you go in day one with $50, you buy like all the credits, buy every single item there. It wouldn't matter because you're still tied to your level 1 status.
Yeah.
So at least that way it was balanced somewhat. And to me, I didn't mind that because it meant that you could either A, spend the time grafting with the in-game cash to get the item, or B, just buy straight away and just... Essentially, it was a shortcut. It wasn't a bypass, if that makes sense. And I don't mind shortcuts, but bypasses and advantages...
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, it's definitely I don't know. I mean, I do miss the era of where you used to play a game, and when you played a game enough, and then you eventually got all the different things in there. I mean, like I think back to any of the Metal Gear games where you can essentially you beat the game a certain way, you get something, you get the stealth camouflage, or you get the infinite headband.
Yeah, wouldn't you be upset if? Like you went through, it's like beat Metal Gear on hard, and you got the tuxedo, right?
Yeah.
But what if right at day one you could just $2 have sneak in the tuxedo?
Yeah. See, then there's that, because then there's no, in a way, a lot of that stuff is replay value. Earning all the different things that are in the game. The additional perks and stuff in the game is replay value, and then now. You can now, if I'm sure Kojima or Konami would never do this, but now you can just go buy the stealth camouflage. Beat the game easy.
Yeah, I think there's also this weird idea that okay, people don't have time or they don't want to be bothered skilling up to play a game or get into the game, so we'll just put these kind of easy mode things in there that they can buy. It's like, oh, just buy Metal Gear at the beginning of the game and just we'll tromp through everything.
That'd be kind of cool, though.
The white Tanuki suit, right? You know,
yeah.
So, just go.
Oh yeah, the white Tanuki suit, which was from the other Mario games. Remember, where essentially you die enough times that the game just gives you an easy.
But I feel like people are paying for that now. It's just like buy that thing and you just get through it easier.
Yeah,
which is an advantage. So I'm against that. I'm also against paying for gestures. The Last of Us. I'm talking to you, Naughty Dog, paying for fucking gestures.
Yeah, that one's a little bit.
See, that's benign, but it's stupid. Yeah, it's like what? Unless there were a penny, fuck that.
No, but was it like $1 or $3 or something?
It could cost less than a piece of Bazooka Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand the why they have to do that. It's like just put it in there. Who cares? Or make you do something to get it specifically. But,
yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Because that's one of the things that I think that so far people have like missed out by doing is like tying stuff to like trophies. Because I thought that just having like a similar system to that would be pretty cool. It's like you unlock something by unlocking a trophy, or an achievement. Yeah. So let's say that you do like one of those achievements where, again, take Bloodborne for instance. You beat a boss without taking any damage. Like you get an achievement, so you get a like red jacket or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
like that type of stuff. Because at least that way it ties them into the trophies and also ties them into the game as well. It actually makes you want to play the game more in different ways.
Yes, but if only trophies and achievements had some sort of heft over anything other than just being a idea that you achieved this, bragging rights,
I'd like to say it's just an arbitrary number, and Riku is probably going to kill me for that, but I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it is though. I mean, Xbox used to do something where they would give you like avatar items if you got achievements, but for the most part, they're pretty much just like useless numbers.
Yeah, it's like you have Tony has like a 27 or something like that, or really high. Oh no, maybe Riku has the 20. Anyway, they have really high levels, but again, you don't get anything out of it. You just kind of like it's like hey, you're level X, but really does it do anything? Does it make any? Does it open up the secret sauce? So Tony's response to our main topic is this. Essentially what we've all been saying. It says, as long as you can unlock the shit on your own, then whatever companies want to make a profit on, so let them. As long as they don't lock shit behind a paywall, which is essentially what we've all been saying. It's like, all right, you can unlock everything, but with the easy mode, but you can still unlock it the normal way, not paying anything. But then again, these companies are not going to do stuff where it makes they're not going to be like, hey, you could do that, you can unlock it. They're gonna make it hard. They're gonna make it even harder than it would normally be. Like, as much as I love Guilty Gear, it's really hard to get it takes a really long time to actually earn up enough their own video game currency to unlock one of the characters, which kind of stinks. It's like, okay, in the old days it would be like, oh, if you beat the game without losing a round, you can unlock this. Now it's like you got to play the game over and over and over and over again in order to get this to happen. So it's it's definitely a difficult situation, and these guys are not gonna, unless there's a huge outcry against it, which is kind of happening a little bit with Mortal Kombat, where people are pretty pissed about this. If there's it's like a unanimous outcry for this sort of stuff, I definitely think that they'd pull it out and they wouldn't do it anymore. But it's not gonna happen. People see that, they're like, yo man, I'm gonna unlock Predator. So yeah, moving on. We got some gaming news. So there was a Guitar Hero announcement. Yay!
Yay!
And Anthony actually went to the Anthony and Tony went to the Guitar Hero announcement. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was in Best Buy Theater down in New York City. So the game that they announced is called Guitar Hero Live, and they kind of redesigned the guitar, I guess, at the request of people that think the game is a little too difficult, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So normally on the guitar you have a single row of 5 buttons that are colored, green, red, yellow, whatever.
Yeah.
This time the guitar just has 2 rows of 3 buttons.
Mm-hmm.
So the top row is 3 black buttons, the bottom row is 3 white buttons,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all you're playing with is your index finger, your middle finger, and your ring finger.
Mm-hmm.
And you're playing the top and the bottom. But as the game, as you move up in difficulty, it starts off pretty easy because you're only playing 3 buttons. But as the difficulty starts getting higher, you start having to play like the top and the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to like play without the buttons. You have to like strum randomly, and it gets a lot more difficult. But
Oh yeah.
the really cool thing about the game that they announced was hold on one second. I'm sorry. So the really cool thing about the game is they announced this thing called GHTV,
Mm-hmm.
which is sort of like trying to think of what to compare it to. Think of it like MTV, I guess. When MTV used to have all these music videos.
Yeah.
So it's one big channel guide of different genres of music and different songs playing and stuff, and you select a song or a genre to go into, and it just throws you into a music video playing where you play along with the song,
Mm-hmm.
and you can play against people and build up your score and unlock stuff in there, and you can kind of just keep playing forever, like cycling through all the music videos.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, from what Tony told me, that and and also you also had an impressions thing on the Coalition, right?
Mm-hmm.
They actually kind of went away from the sort of CG, like stylized graphics that they used to use before. Not CG, but like video game graphics. And
Yes.
they kind of went with like a full motion video type of thing.
Yeah. So what they did was, instead of like having like a cartoony look,
Mhm.
and instead of looking, usually the game is played where like you're kind of at the point of view of the audience, and you're looking at your character playing the song.
Mm-hmm.
What they did was they kind of flipped it, so you're the rock star looking down at the crowd, and they used live action, like real people that they filmed, and then like they CG'd in, so it looked like you're playing in front of a packed arena.
Mm-hmm.
So they used real people that react real time to how you play. So if there's no failing, it's like DJ Hero, where you don't fail, you just kind of end the song.
Yeah.
And if you play well, the crowd gets really into it and like starts going crazy, jumping around. And the worse that you do, the crowd starts to kind of like boo you. They start to like say you suck. They start to insult you and just don't react at all. So it's pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, some people aren't very happy about the change, with that. I thought it was. I think it's an interesting idea, and me and Tony kind of agreed on this one. Whereas like there's not very many AAA games that use a full motion video, and he says on our little notes here, Sega would be proud. Yeah. So I personally think it's an interesting change for it. It's not that many games that look that way, and I'm sure it's a lot easier to make this version of Guitar Hero than it is to kind of make the other one where they have to model characters and do motion capture sessions.
Right.
And
Yeah,
stuff.
I think the big thing was that Rock Band, because Rock Band 4 is coming out also,
Mhm.
and Harmonix has already said that you're allowed to bring your songs from like the last generation into this one,
Mhm.
whereas Guitar Hero you can't do that. But I think that's really where the big outcry was,
Mm.
just because of all the DLC that they had. But I mean, it's understandable because you'd have to rechart every song. You'd have to like basically redesign how the song's being played for a whole new
Mhm.
controller. So
Yeah, I mean the thing is, and then also I heard what they said is that it's totally not backward compatible. You can't use the old Guitar Hero guitars, which are essentially USB guitars, on this new one, which is kind of interesting. Which is it makes sense because of the new guitar
Yeah.
business. It's funny. When me and my girlfriend were going, we just usually take walks after we finish our work, and we were walking past a bunch of garbage, and there was literally, I think I took a couple shots of it, and there was a bunch of Guitar Hero guitars inside of the garbage can, and I turned over to him, I guess. And I said, I guess they found out that you can't use the old guitars on the new game.
The cool thing is that they announced that the guitar that they made for Guitar Hero Live will be forward compatible with like any Guitar Hero in the future.
Yeah.
So my only gripe was that it's not going to be full instruments. So like I play the drums, and like I like Rock Band for that reason, but I guess I'll have to wait for the future Guitar Heroes.
Yeah, I mean it's a weird kind of step back, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to be honest, you know, I know that they were, you know, it is called Guitar Hero, but then again, you know, you can't really play with your friends. People just got to watch you like the old days. It's a little, you know.
Yeah. Well, they have the co-op guitar, but they don't. It's not like that full band thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess, you know, we'll see what the new Rock Band looks like, right?
Yeah. Hopefully it looks good. I'm excited for both of them.
Mm-hmm. So, well, there was something about our next thing right here was we have something about a Hearthstone coming to iPhone and Android. I thought Hearthstone was already on iPhone and Android.
Hearthstone was on iPad and like the bigger tablets, but they just came to iPhone. It just came to the iPhone 2 days ago, maybe a day or two ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know Tony threw it in here for Brett and myself. I don't really I'm excited. I like the game. It's like I really like trading card games, but I guess Brett likes it a lot more than I do.
Yeah, it's a shame that Brett's not here for this one. Yeah, I've only seen this game a couple of times, and I just assumed that being that it was on an iDevice, it would just work for everything, but it was just an iPad game. I mean, didn't this game have a bunch of microtransactions on it as well, or was it? I know it's mostly free though.
It's free, but it's like you can buy like trading card packs. Like you earn money by playing, and like winning ranked matches and stuff like that. And they have a bunch of ways where you can earn cards, but they also have like you can just buy packs and open them up like that.
Oh, interesting. All right, so there you go. Now all you guys can play on your iPhone. Woo, iPhone. Anyway,
I didn't see like how it works on iPhone, because like with iPad there's like a lot of space, but with iPhone like there's not much space. So how
I have the 6 Plus, so to me it looks. I mean, it just kind of looks like they took the PC version and shrunk it down. Like there's not anything else. Like there's not anything missing from it.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, I definitely think it doesn't work on an iPhone 4 like mine. So it most likely works really well on the new 6. So, yeah, sure. All right, make more money. Wait, wasn't it free? I can't remember.
It is free.
It's free.
Yeah. but it has microtransactions, so it balances itself out.
Yeah, so a lot of people have said it's pretty fair as far as it goes. So. Moving on. So, did you guys hear that somebody hacked into Super Smash Bros., the recent one, and found 2 bits of information in there? That Roy and Ryu there's data for Roy and Ryu from Street Fighter inside of the game. And there is a possible rumor that these characters might be future DLC characters for the game.
Yeah, there's like music files in there for like their stages and their victory music. Yeah,
it's interesting. I mean, you know, they've also in this thing they also found that out that that some of the other DLC characters are also in there too. So they saw bits of Mewtwo in there, for and then a bunch of the other characters. I say this could be one of two things. I definitely think that Roy might appear in the game at some point, but I'm not sure about Ryu. I think that it could just at some point be that they wanted to put Ryu in there. A lot of times what developers do is they never usually pull everything out of a game. Sometimes they'll just leave little portions of unfinished stuff in there. So you could have the music and stuff like that in there, but it was never meant to be used. Like for instance, like in Kingdom Hearts, there is a Woody and then there's a Buzz Lightyear model inside of the game. But the thing is that they never wound up using them, and they could never fit it into the story. Stuff like that. So, I mean, it remains to be seen. I mean, it'd be interesting to see Ryu inside of there.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd just kind of be like a normal moveset, except he'd have like the Hadouken and all that stuff. But it'd be pretty cool. It'd be a nice little merging of like the two fighting game communities.
Yeah, yeah. What about that? Like, what if it's like, you know, because essentially the way the Super Smash Brothers games work is it's not Street Fighter, so I'm wondering if you definitely cannot be as technical on that one.
No, probably not. I mean,
I know it's like a one-button special move, as I remember.
In Smash, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's a pretty big following for that. You know, they fight at Evo and all that stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so cool stuff. You know, Roy from Fire Emblem and Ryu. Tony says on his comment here, he says, "Hey, look, a guy from a real fighting game." Yeah. So, you guys realize it's been trailer apocalypse, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Literally
dropped,
since the last show, we got Ant-Man, we got Terminator Genysis, we got Batman versus Superman, and then we got Star Wars.
All right, Star Wars.
So I mean, you know, let's talk about each one of them just for the hell of it. I mean, what did you guys think of the Ant-Man trailer?
It was okay. I'm kind of at odds at the moment because, let me take you back a little bit. Back when Guardians of the Galaxy was first announced, I was like, might not be that good. I seen the trailer, I was like, might not be that good. I watched the movie, I was like, that movie was awesome. So, I don't know whether Ant-Man will be good or not, like purely because Guardians of the Galaxy was a lot better than I thought it could be.
Mm-hmm.
So, from what I've seen, it seems pretty cool. I like the idea. I like the concept.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds stupid on paper, but then again, most Marvel movies are pretty dumb on paper, but yet they still make great movies. So,
well, I mean, yeah. Again, you think about it. It's like a movie with a giant raccoon, with a talking raccoon and a tree in it.
They made it work, you know. So all the things about you get shrunk down, but yet you still have the same amount of strength and whatnot. Like that's not how physics works, but yet hey. They can pull it off. They will pull it off. They show the villain, so that's always a good start in his suit and all sorts.
Mm-hmm.
They show that it has comedy, which is always again a very good strong point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not excited, but then again I'm not going to watch it.
Mm-hmm. I thought it looked pretty interesting. I mean, I wasn't really too impressed with the first trailer they had. It was just kind of all right. I'm still a little bit on the fence of this one, but you know what? I'll go see it. It can't be any worse than you know. I feel like the Thor movies are a little bit weak, and it can't be any worse than that. It doesn't look like it's any worse than that, or you know, with some of the Iron Man films.
I was really iffy on. Well, I'm still really iffy. You know, the trailer hasn't really changed my mind, but I'm pretty iffy on Paul Rudd in general. But especially when he was Ant-Man. But I think the trailer was pretty cool. Like, it definitely made me want to see the movie more than when I knew nothing about what it was going to look like.
Yeah, I mean, and it should. I mean, I hope it's a decent film, but you know, who knows? Chris, what do you think? Ant-Man trailer.
I don't care about Ant-Man.
You're like, fuck that. Ant-Man.
You have to see it. It's the Marvel Universe.
I probably won't end up seeing it, but. Honestly, I'm on the Avengers hype train. Like I literally am riding it. I got my little knapsack and my stick, and I jumped on the train. I'm riding it all the way till I see that movie.
You know, for some reason, I would have actually watched. I'm more interested in seeing. What is it? What was his name? The other actor who's in that.
Well, Michael Douglas?
I would much rather. I want to see the Michael Douglas Ant-Man film. I don't care about the Paul Rudd Ant-Man film.
Yeah, I wasn't too enthralled with the first teaser, so I was just like, you know. I watched all the other teasers that came out. You know, Star Wars and Terminator. I sat through that. I was like, holding my face. I was like,
we'll be talking about that one in a bit. But yeah, it looks like a decent film. But yeah, I could definitely see what you're saying. It's just like, it's Ant-Man. But moving on, since we have our little segue there to talk about Terminator Genysis, let's talk a little bit about that one. I'm going to say this. This is the second friggin' time that a Terminator film has had a really big plot, a plot switch or, twist revealed in its trailer. Terminator 2, the same thing happened, where it was like, he was sent through time to kill him, and he was sent through time to protect. And it's like, you show Arnold Schwarzenegger, so automatically you know that Arnold is a good guy in this film. I mean, if you watch Terminator 2 without actually have seen that original trailer, the way they play that film is it just looks like there's these two fuckheads coming after that kid. Like, and even at that moment when they're both standing at there, it's like, oh my god, Arnold is the evil Terminator, and then you have this other guy who just shows up. And he is about to, oh, look at this guy.
Kill the white man.
damn.
What's going on, people?
So yeah, we're just talking about Terminator Genysis, and I was just talking about how it was, yes, how essentially Terminator 2 was spoiled by its trailer, where essentially you have, at that one moment in the film where you have the T-1000 and then you have Arnold Schwarzenegger both pointing guns at John Connor, and it's like, how the hell is this guy going to get down out of this? And then Arnold says, get down, and it's like, oh shit, he's the good guy. And no, I want that moment back, by the way.
Yeah, you want to go back in time somehow and get that moment back.
Yes, get that moment back, because that would have been such a cool realization at that point, especially seeing the original Terminator and how much of an asshole the original Terminator was. But Terminator Genysis.
Boo! It looks like shit.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about this film. I was gonna give that film the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, then you saw that trailer.
Until I saw the trailer for this film, for the reveal of the big twist in this film. Essentially, for those of you who don't, this might be a spoiler alert, so we'll just say spoiler alert.
Fuck that movie, man. Spoil it.
Yeah. Essentially, you find out that John Connor is infected by nanorobots and is essentially another Terminator in the film.
Stupid. It's dumb. Here's the thing about this movie that's pissing me off. You can tell they're jumping around time now.
Yes.
So you're essentially killing off Terminator 2, my favorite movie of all time. That automatically gives you a 0 out of 10. Fuck that.
Yeah. And the thing is, okay, here's the other question. Is Terminator Salvation still in the canon of these films? Does freaking the new guy have a robotic heart like he did in the end of the other film?
That movie's probably gone too. It's a complete reboot, but it's complete shit.
And I like the way they're saying it's not a reboot or an alternate universe. So what is it? What are you doing? At the end of the film, you find out they fix everything up? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, just think of it this way: it's a different Earth. No, it's not Earth 616.
I know that Paramount has been totally reaching, trying to get people interested in this film. I mean, there's been small ad campaigns where they've essentially had what's her face, the girl from Game of Thrones, like their show a throne from Game of Thrones, and then they show her, and I'm like, really? So you're trying to get people, you're trying to get this crossover thing to say, oh, hey, it's the dragon girl from Game of Thrones now in a movie. Go see it. And then there's the other big thing, which is Matt Smith, which I'm sure they're going to reveal in the next trailer.
Yeah, he'll probably be another Terminator.
Some people have speculated that he's a younger John Connor.
Really? Whatever. This movie's
so the other John Connor, the old John Connor, is, and he is sent back in time to. I don't know.
I'll only say that it'll involve time travel, so I'm gonna watch it. I always like to see how badly they mess up time travel in movies.
They never get it right. They never get it right.
All I'm going to say is,
They
all
never
I'm going
get
to
it
say,
right.
I know Arnold is, there's this one interview recently, and Arnold is like, saying something like, oh, he was glad that he wasn't in Terminator Salvation because the movie sucked. To be honest, this movie looks like it sucks way more than that other one.
You want to hear something funny? I went to this screening of Ex Machina, right? And before that, because it was like a specialty theater, they would show like clips from old robot movies, and
Yes.
they had a music video that had Terminator 3. I forgot that he fought a robot Terminator woman in that. Like,
Yes, Terminator.
okay.
Yeah, he fought the
she was sexy.
Terminatrix.
You forgot or you blocked it out?
I think I blocked it out. I don't know.
How?
Welcome, Brett.
Hey guys, sorry I was running late on work. Tattoos, you never know how long it's gonna take, right?
Hey, Brett, don't worry about it. I just showed up 5 minutes ago, and I was already fired up. By the way, not to interrupt, did you guys see the Superman Batman trailer? It just got leaked.
We were here
I
doing the
haven't
show,
seen it
Tony.
yet.
We couldn't see it.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. But here's
I'll talk about it later.
We're done with Terminator Genysis. Nobody's gonna go see that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. We have, of course, the Batman Superman teaser, which was that teaser, and then they also had this other one, which you had to go to the movie theaters to watch.
Yep. Or you could just use the internet, like I just did.
Which it's a little bit. I mean, was it? I want to get this straight. Was it with another film? Like, in other words, was it attached to another film, or do you specifically go to the movie theater to see this fucking trailer?
Yes. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you go to the movie theater to see the trailer. That's crazy. But I'm
looking at you, Brian.
Yeah, Brian. He's the one that'll do that shit, man. He'll go to movie theaters for a trailer.
He wouldn't do that shit. No. I'm looking at Brian to explode on that one because it's like he was mad at Metal Gear for being essentially a playable demo. What is that? That's a freaking a trailer that you fucking pay for.
All I need to say in this case is that just look at what gaming has become, and can you really say that you didn't expect this to happen to movies eventually? Like, gaming are right now the poster child for entertainment. So anything that gaming does, everyone else will follow and copy. So essentially, the best thing that you can say is you have all the assholes that bought into all the bullshit to blame for that one. Like, I'm pretty sure that Brett and I are never going to hear them saying, don't do this bullshit, because the thing that people just don't understand is how deep things can go. It's like buying Call of Duty DLC is not just buying Call of Duty DLC. It's sending a message saying that, hey, I approve of this practice, and that sends a message to everyone, not just your friends and family, but to the companies, and the companies watching those companies. So
yeah. Not just Call of Duty, but everybody that wants to be Call of Duty is going to be like, this will fly.
Yeah, which is why you start seeing that bullshit everywhere else. That's why Battlefield started doing it. That's why Crysis started doing it. That's why every game that wanted to be Call of Duty started doing it. And then when they started doing it, all of the other companies that make games started doing it as well. And then of course eventually it will filter out to other forms of entertainment. So who knows? We may see this in comics eventually.
It's like a virus being spread at the root by shareholders. Like, you have to understand, if somebody invests in a game company and they do DLC, any other game company that they invest in, they're going to go, well, this other company is doing DLC. Yeah. Why aren't you doing DLC? Because your profit margins aren't making me as much money as their company. And ultimately, any publicly traded company, they have to answer to the shareholders. So yeah, it's basically people who give zero fucks about video games see this practice make more money, and in turn they tell around and tell the people who make our video games for us what to do. And the shitty part about it is, like, where as the consumer are we telling anybody what to do? Like, it's our fucking video games, and we're the last to be consulted if we are.
Oh, by the way, I just realized that I had the show set to me for a while, so a bunch of people just watching
me. Staring at you?
Just staring at me. I'm really sorry about that, guys.
I hope you were making ponderous reactions. Like,
I'm sure they just see me looking off and stuff.
Yo, man, you gotta step your camera game up. But anyway, getting back on it, Superman, Batman. This is a very dark trailer, and yeah, very, very dark. Like, it's like it's showing Superman as this, like, they call him a false messiah. It's like, don't trust him. Like, he has a lot of power. He's gonna turn against us. And then at the end, you see Batman. He's like, I'm gonna make you bleed. All this crazy shit. And a bunch of explosions. Obviously, there was like a Superman statue that was defaced. I didn't even know why you would make a Superman statue. He was only there for like a few months.
He saves people.
Yeah, but he also destroyed an entire city.
To be fair, that wasn't mostly his fault.
Yeah, it was
I say
it was
mostly his fault. Yeah, I'm not saying mostly. That it wasn't his fault. I'm saying that it wasn't mostly his fault.
He didn't make the situation any better.
Yes. He essentially just threw he threw oil on fire. Like, he didn't make anything, because, like, people seem to forget that dubstep machine thing. That's like leveled like pretty much most of it.
Yeah, the roll machine. Yeah.
I call it the dubstep machine because that was fucking dubstep.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think it's accurate. I think that's accurate.
Yeah, I mean the machine like fucked up half the city already, but then Superman came in and made it worse. It's like, dude.
Yeah, the Smallville fight. That's all him. Sorry.
Yeah, that was all. He fucked up Smallville. He fucked that whole town only has like 500 people. He fucked up. But yeah, the trailer, I don't know. It's like, it's weird how like they're going the opposite of Marvel. It's like, let's go as fucking dark as possible. It's like, but Superman, he's supposed to bring hope. I guess not. That symbol on his chest, it means that. It's like, it means shit. It's a communist Superman for you guys who are watching this.
Yeah, I was wondering what that shirt was.
Man, you know what it is, man. It's red.
No,
red,
I mean, I can only see the
top
half of it, dude.
Oh, I got this. Check out, people.
No, I mean, we saw it before.
Now you can see it,
a little bit.
Tommy Man.
You could turn the camera down a little bit.
Anyway, did you guys see the full trailer? It's 2 minutes long.
I haven't. I've only seen that.
I've seen most of it.
Bullshit. I seen that teaser bullshit. That 20 seconds. And I'm like, okay, 20 seconds.
It's just a bunch of suits.
The first 5 seconds is going to be like just bullshit. Like titles like Warner Brothers and all that crap. And then it was, and then I'm like, okay, so what else are they going to fill with 15 seconds? Either A, lots of fast-cutting bullshit, or B, nothing. It was just a bunch of nothing. That wasted my time. I was so mad. But yeah, I haven't seen the full one yet. I'm waiting until...
It's right there. It's right there. Just click on that.
But is that the proper one, or is that the bootleg one?
No, that's why I said cam right on it, because it is just some asshole.
I'm not watching the bootleg one, because I want to watch the full one. Jesus Christ. I've been watching like Age of Ultron for last 4 years, so I make sure to watch the proper one.
You just want to see your shiesty pirate shit.
I'm a pirate with class. Yeah, Jesus. I have standards.
That's my torrenting right there. I had to put cam just so everybody knows what the fuck I posted. I just found out something interesting. We're both under the same account. Yeah, we are.
That's weird.
Throwdown. That's crazy, man.
It's like double the throwdown.
Your little stop recording thing is still there, though, right?
Yeah, I still see all that stuff.
Okay, good. Yo, man, I see your C2E2 shit. I like that.
It's magical. See, I can make it disappear when I don't need it to be there.
Yeah, I guess we can't talk about the trailer since most of you guys haven't seen it. But yeah, from what I saw, it looks like...
Still talk about it.
Yeah, I guess. I think you heard Jesse Eisenberg talking over it.
Yeah, I guess that's Lex Luthor expounding when they zoom in on the statue, right? And you see the false god thing written on it.
And what is up with Ben Affleck's voice? There's like some kind of weird distortion on it. He's like, "I'm gonna make you bleed," you know?
Yeah, because they saw Daredevil and they saw what kind of gruff voice he could do, and they just decided, all right, you know what? Let's just put a weird distortion on his voice.
Well, it's weird. It's like they're going right back to the Frank Miller stuff because it was essentially scenes from Dark Knight Returns. Right, it goes like he's wearing even the armor at the end. He's wearing it, and you see it.
Yeah, pretty much. So he'll definitely have that, because how else is he gonna fight Superman by himself? He's gonna get fucked up. A realistic fight between Superman and Batman would end in one punch.
Yeah.
Did they say what Batman's motivation is against Superman? Because I'm still in the dark here.
Alfred talks to him, and then he gets mad and. I don't know. That's all I got from the trailer. Well, Alfred was talking to him, and because he's British, he listened to him, and he puts on a big suit of armor and goes outside.
Yeah, no, the motivation is like, hey, this guy he's too powerful. That power is eventually going to make him evil. I'm going to have to stop him now. And plus he fucked up half of Metropolis.
But then why does that concern Batman? Like that's not why Batman became Batman. Like, am I just reading like a bit too deep into this, or
I think you're reading too deep. He's like, okay, there's a threat, I'm gonna take it out. It's as simple as that.
Fair enough.
He's a danger.
But it's weird. It doesn't have all the motivations of the original comic. I mean,
no, it doesn't.
And no one has the years of experience. It's like you have one Superman movie, and now all of a sudden he has a statue, a giant fucking statue, and it's got graffiti all over it. Everyone hates him, and it's like, but where's the context? We don't have any context for this. We just jumped into the future where he's an asshole, or apparently he's an asshole. I don't know. There were guys bowing to him, and I don't know if he has an army or what that was about.
I don't understand. I don't know what DC's going for. The whole dark stuff is like, I don't know. Weird.
But seriously, like, okay, I've hit my limit on that. Like, how many fucking times before Superman came out did we all say we don't want to see a spit shiny Boy Scout in spandex? Like, nobody wanted to see the Superman movies that were made before. Nobody wanted to read the Superman comics that they were making. Like, what is the right answer here? What Superman do you guys want to see? If now this is
you guys?
Too gritty? I mean the general public, like Tony, you may give a fuck about the Superman comics, but you are like the only one right now.
It's true, and that's not the Superman I've read about all the years. Now here's the thing: remember, the general public liked Man of Steel. I mean, I liked it too, but they really liked it. So this is what they want. They're giving them exactly what they want. No one's complaining about this. I'm the one that's complaining.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. If you're the odd man out, I understand, but like for the most part, it seems like. This is actually kind of a Superman I might be interested in seeing. Like it's.
Did you like him in Man of Steel?
What? No, this new Superman. Like this one. Come on, Tony. This thing is half a degree away from Red Sun. Like really, you're wearing the shirt right now.
Yeah, but there's a difference. This is Clark Kent that was born in America, not in communist Russia. There's a difference.
Yeah, but it still takes a lot of the same elements and the same tones. It's a Superman that's being practically revered as a god. It's got dark timelines. It's got Batman against him. I mean, it's got half the fucking story in line with Red Sun. It's not cast in a Soviet kind of thing. Because let's be honest, right now I don't think people would respond very well to a Soviet Superman movie.
Well, that's not going to happen. But the thing is, the whole Soviet thing is what made that entire story work. Without that, it doesn't work.
You think so? I thought it was the undertones and complexity. I thought it was the making Superman a real person who had dilemmas and problems of morality instead of just fucking constantly being this Boy Scout amidst a world that didn't know how to treat him, didn't know how to feel about him, and constantly thought that even though he was helping things, that his power would eventually go rogue and he would destroy the world.
Yeah, that's not how I read it. I read it as, hey, look, Superman is trying to he's still a good person, but he's a communist, so he's gonna do fucked up shit to get to the his good goals of uniting the entire planet. He's like good, but he's evil at the same time. That's what I got out of it. But anyway, with this movie, you know what they're trying to do. They're just trying to make it like the Nolan movies. Let's make it dark, and I think that's gonna hurt in the long run because look what we're working with for Marvel. They make their movies fun. Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, those movies are fun.
Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil. Is that a movie?
No, but still, Marvel can do gritty.
And by the way, Daredevil had way more fun in it than freaking Superman did. Foggy Nelson, man.
Oh yeah, no.
It balanced itself out.
It did.
Yeah, no, it absolutely balanced itself out. But obviously, Marvel can do slightly darker. Obviously, Marvel can do slightly grittier. Like, and that's the thing I kind of like to see. Like, I grew up with Marvel, and I'm a fucking adult now. Me and a lot of their fans are fucking adults now, so stop making kids movies for adults. And that's what they're doing. They're slowly growing. I mean, Deadpool's coming out. You have this Daredevil. Like, Marvel's actually listening to us a little bit and saying, okay, so you want some more adult-themed content? We'll kind of give it to you, and we may start to see, Avengers sliding closer and closer to an R rating. You
don't feel it's forced though with Superman?
With Superman, I do feel it's a little bit forced, but it's at the same time like I'm bored of squeaky clean Superman. It's such a good narrative vehicle for the idea of what would you do if you were given the powers of a god, and they completely, in my opinion, throw that all out the window for the same reason that because 9/11. It's Superman was born in a period where a lot of people were scared. a lot of people were worried about the future, and they wanted this squeaky clean figure that would be the Zeus, that would be the daddy, that would be the Santa Claus. It was everything was.
The original Superman was not squeaky clean though. The original guy was beating up gangsters and stuff. He was killing people. The original Superman that couldn't even fly yet.
Yeah. Well,
he was born out of the Depression era.
Even then, it was two Jewish guys power fantasy. It's based off of.
Remember, he didn't get squeaky clean until after World War II.
Yeah, and mostly because of World War II, and that's. So you're right. I guess it wasn't the way that he started, but where he got a lot of his popularity, and that kind of thing just isn't interesting anymore. It's you want a more nuanced character, and you have a perfect opportunity to tell the story of what if you are a man on the inside but a god on the outside. What if you have all the powers of a living god without all the knowledge? I mean, because that's something that you see a lot of times. Like any godlike figure has this kind of knowing beyond knowing, but Superman is not. He's just kind of a fucking bumpkin. He's been thrown into the situation, and he does the best with what he's been given. And that is an inherently interesting story if you throw some character development or some humanism in there.
Well, that goes into the writing, because Superman is that very interesting character. Just a lot of people don't know how to fucking write him. That's the problem.
He hasn't had enough story to do that. We don't see him grow. Like, when Man of Steel ends, he just gets his fucking job at the Daily Planet, right? That's how the movie ends.
And that's what I'm going for. This is too forced. Like, if you do this exact storyline, maybe 2 or 3 movies down the line, okay, not the second movie. This is essentially the sequel to Man of Steel. You can't just force that shit. That's my problem here.
See, I disagree. The whole Superman is a false messiah. Like 2-3 movies down the line, Superman would already have proven himself to be a friend of Metropolis, as he is in most of the canon. Like, you see Superman flying by, you're just like, there goes a good guy. He said stopped a fire truck from smashing into the train last week. Like, they already know that. But the time when you're really scared of somebody is when somebody comes out for the first time and displays ultimate power, and you have no idea who they are, just that they destroyed half your
city. I mean, obviously he has plenty of reverence. They built a giant statue of him in this movie. You see the giant statue. Somebody built that statue, so people obviously love him. We don't understand why, because like the dubstep machine thing just happened, so you don't have context between that and all the deeds he must have done in between this movie and the last one, right? To earn that respect.
Exactly.
Can I just say this as well? The end of Avengers, like that part where they showed the clips of all the people on TV with their different opinions. Some say that they love the Avengers because they saved them. Some people say that they hated the Avengers because they destroyed half of New York. Is this not like the same rule sets being applied to Man of Steel now?
No, because there's been other movies in between Avengers 1 and 2, understand? Where the world's slowly shifting. Yes, there has.
No, Tony, but I'm talking about
Thor and all these other movies.
But I'm talking about the end of the first Avengers movie where they showed those clips.
Okay.
People saying that, hey, we love the Avengers, and some saying we don't like these people because they're a menace.
Right, but Man of Steel didn't do that. See, if at the end of the movie Metropolis was leveled and people went on TV and said, oh my god, these aliens need to go, we hate them, this is horrible. But nobody said that. He rode a bicycle to work and started his day of work, and that was the end of the movie. And it's like,
I imagine they'll pick that up in the next movie and show you the divide. You know, it'll probably be interesting because he'll be working for a paper that's slandering Superman.
Yeah, Brian, go ahead, man.
Yeah, just because that they didn't explicitly show it, it doesn't mean that it's not there. Like, to me, it just says that they implied that people are divided on their opinion of Superman, because there are those who he helped save, very few of them, and there are those that hate him because of what he did. So it just implies it by default.
Yeah, but it's still too forced. Like, at least, okay, Brett, I'll go with it. One more movie, at least on Man of Steel 2, then you could go into this. Understand?
No, but then the problem is that by then, like, as Brett says, like, they may have established him as being a good force.
Yeah, but he could also establish him as being a bad. He could also fuck up Under Steel. Remember Justice League Unlimited? Remember that was 3 seasons. Like, everybody loved Superman. By the end of it, people were like, "Who are these Justice League people? We don't trust them anymore." You could build it up over a long time if you want.
Right, or even like, isn't there more confusion? We're just looking at Superman. What about Batman? We go from the Nolan movies to Ben Affleck now. And he's completely different. than the last one. I mean, Jeremy Irons has played a villain his whole life, and all of a sudden he's a butler, and it's like I don't even trust him. I trust him less than Superman.
Yes.
And I don't know what they. Well, I know what they were thinking. It's like they looked at Avengers and went, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. It's forced.
Yeah, it's very forced. So they're pushing everything in this movie. You didn't establish Ben Affleck as Superman. He didn't have a movie.
Like Batman.
You didn't reboot Batman like they wanted to. Now they're rebooting everything in this one movie. It's just like, go, everyone, go right now. Everyone, get out there and make money.
Yeah, and then the whole premise is crazy because it's like Batman has been operating for apparently 30 years in the shadows. Wonder Woman has been operating in the shadows for who knows how long.
Yeah,
and
everybody's in the shadows.
And Superman's the one that made them all come out because he, like, the world that he fucked up Manhattan, not Manhattan, Atlantis. That Khal Drogo shows up all pissed off, you know.
Wait, Manny, does that mean that when they form the Justice League, they will essentially just be the League of Shadows?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess the Flash is just running around and stuff, you know.
Yeah, you know, he's like, hey, how you say he's running around and also, hey, you know that suit thing seems pretty cool. Let me put one of those on.
Yeah, and then Green Lantern's like, I heard some shit's going on Earth. Let me go back. You know, I don't know. They're forcing
all you need to do is just say, hey, look, I'm not Ryan Reynolds anymore. That's good.
Yeah. Go watch Deadpool. All right. Anything else to say about this thing?
No, I mean everybody's has said their rage.
Yes. All right.
Did they give a release date at the end?
Did they? Was it? I think it's next year.
No, I'm asking. I don't know.
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
May something probably.
So yeah, the next one is Star Wars.
We're gonna flip it around now. Let's talk about some good stuff now. You guys remember when I saw that first Star Wars trailer? I was not impressed. I'm like, what is this?
Meh.
It was very metastic. This, the opposite. Yeah, the first one, I'm like, what is this, man? Like, they didn't show nothing. Like, where's the stars in Star Wars? Like, it was.
No,
they showed the most important thing. Well, they showed the icon of Star Wars.
Don't say that stupid lightsaber.
The lightsaber is the icon of Star Wars.
Did you just call that lightsaber stupid?
Yes, because you can easily cut your own fucking hand off. That's
the thing with every lightsaber, dude. That's why you have to train for years as a Jedi. So
no. Listen, I'm sorry. Okay, you have a regular lightsaber. It's already dangerous enough as it is. Then you have Darth Maul's lightsaber. It's like, okay, you may chop your leg off, but maybe with training you do it. Now you're gonna have a halberd. Like, come on. Now this is ridiculous. That thing is dumb. I'm sorry.
Dude. You know what a crossguard is for, right?
Yes, to protect you from not cutting yourself from your own crossguard.
No, a crossguard is there because when you clash blades, you can slide the blade down somebody and cut off their fucking wrist if they don't have one.
The other side of the crossguard cannot cut you. Understand?
Yeah, they can. There's a lot of swords that are made with bladed crossguards.
Why would you do that?
Because if you're holding it right, you're not going to cut yourself.
That's insane. No, I'm sorry. I'm not buying this lightsaber. It's stupid. Anyway, that first trailer was made.
Are you aware that they have light whips in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, and don't get me started on those. It's like that's completely random. That's like lightsaber nunchucks. Why not?
You know what? You know, at the same time, why wouldn't there be lightsaber nunchucks?
There could be. Why not?
You're trying to make sense of a movie that has light swords and lasers in it. There's no fucking science in that shit.
It's got space wizards, Tony.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically space magic.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this new trailer.
They should have lightning. Yeah. They should have like lightsaber claws.
Why not? Right? Why
like Wolverine, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, the new trailer. Yeah. Go ahead, Ryan.
With with lightsabers, they can do anything apart from other lightsabers.
Yes, they like cancel each other
somehow.
Out. Well, you know, I don't know.
You're talking about random.
Anyway, the trailer, awesome. It was everything I wanted to see. It felt like fucking Star Wars. There were stars, and you heard Mark Hamill. He's the one that started it all off, which was great.
You know, I think that just sounds like like his old thing from Return of the Jedi.
It was that with the added line, and now to you, my son, you're a Jedi. Fucking great. That alone right there, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be nuts. Whoo, man.
Wait, can I ask a question? So someone was looking at Darth Vader's mask. So after they burned him on Endor, did somebody keep that?
Yes.
Can I point out what's up with his mask? Because wasn't his mask in two pieces?
No, they burned him.
The helmet part, and then
they lit him on fire.
Yeah, but even that, there was the helmet part that came off, and then there's the other piece.
Yeah,
why is it all as one?
I assumed they just fused together when they burned him.
Yeah, they probably put it together afterwards, I guess.
Obviously, Darth Vader's helmet was not fireproof.
Yes, it was not fireproof.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that. I'm like, they burned him at the end of Jedi, so did Luke keep it? Like, hey, Dad, I'm just going to keep you on the mantle here so I can... when I have to give this awesome speech.
Okay, this may seem like a bit left field, but it makes sense. Maybe he had more than one helmet set. I'm just putting that out there, you know.
Some are more fireproof than others.
But I also like J.J. Abrams' signature. You see that giant Star Destroyer like crashed into the ground. You know, that was a nice shot. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
King of those shots, like you know, he got his practice on Star Trek, so he threw that shit in there.
Yeah, that was great. Like, and you saw more TIE fighters like swimming. Like,
that was
water.
good. Yeah, that was good. And that
was like the highlight of the last trailer. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, TIE fighters over water!"
It's just TIE
like
fighters.
The old movies, man. Like it's not even necessarily what it is, just the feeling that it gives you. And
dude, that ending. Okay, Manny, say what you told me over the phone because this was funny.
I'm like, how come Chewbacca doesn't age? They should do like what they do with dogs. You know, like when a dog is old, they get a white mouth. He should have a white mouth like a dog does. No, he just looks the same.
Dude, Harrison Ford, man. I was like,
holy aging.
Shit. Like, yeah, I was like, wow, Grandpa needs a nap. I feel bad.
Yo, Decker, you got old. Oh, man.
But Indiana Jones is in this. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. I had real mixed feelings at the end of that trailer, man.
Yeah, Harrison Ford is not holding up well, is he?
You're happy to see him, but god damn, he got old.
It's like, dude, are you still running around like being a space pirate? Really?
Yeah, he's even wearing the same clothes. I'm like, dude. You
oh no, he's
my clothes. He's got a new jacket.
Yeah, he got sleeves. Somewhere in the last 20 years, he got sleeves.
Yes.
They should have just
what he's been doing.
A Jones jacket. Whatever.
Yeah, Chewie's probably not going to be running around much because it's still Peter Mayhew.
Yeah, Peter Mayhew is, he's not. He probably has a stunt runner because Peter Mayhew can't really walk very well without his cane. Like even at that Star Wars event that they had today, he was literally leaning on Mark Hamill to get out, to walk out, to walk out a little, walk out there. So, hey, I'll tell you one thing: Mark Hamill looks good though.
Yeah, he does.
He actually looks like an older Luke Skywalker as opposed to Jabba the Hutt's son.
Oh, damn. They got him in shape.
Yeah, he gained a lot of weight after that.
Whoever trained Chris Pratt must have trained him. They like give him a Star-Lord workout or some shit. Like here.
Yeah, like he looks good. He looks good. I almost feel like they should have just left him without the beard, because he's supposed to have like an Obi-Wan beard in this one.
Well, I mean, did he have the beard?
He didn't have the beard. He hates the beard, by the way.
He should have had the beard, man.
Yeah,
he looks cool with it.
Nah, he hates the beard though. That's he hates
like come on, you're like Obi-Wan. It's like a symbolism thing, Nah,
why? Why wouldn't he shave his face? Use the lightsaber to shave his face.
I was just happy in those couple of desert scenes to actually see that they were in a desert and not on a fucking green screen set.
Yes.
That made me happy. It's like, wow, you went to a location with sand and you filmed outside.
That's why I was excited for J.J. Abrams, because he actually builds sets and whatnot.
Yes.
Another interesting thing that they showed at that Star Wars event was the soccer ball R2-D2.
Yeah. And
they showed that it's fucking real. Literally, this thing is rolling around everywhere. So it's. They said they found some guys who have essentially developed the technology. So it's essentially that little like R2-D2 thing on the top levitating over a ball and moving the ball around.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I want that. If they can make that into a remote-controlled car or some shit, I want that.
And you can paint it in Metal Gear colors.
Nah, I don't want that in Metal Gear colors. I keep it white and yellow.
Metal Gear D2.
Yep, there you go. Any other little Easter eggs that were thrown in this trailer? Manny, I'm looking at you because you're usually good at catching that stuff.
No, I mean it's pretty much the stuff that you see. I mean, Chewbacca's back to having his hair slicked back again, as opposed to having the Huey Lewis do. or because both him and Han Solo had like a split in the middle of the hair, so now Chewbacca's slicking his hair back again, and I mean, not much to talk about other than you got to see more of the Black Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Can I just point out like why is that guy just always like out of breath? Like everything that he's doing, he is out of breath.
He's always sweaty and out of breath.
Maybe he's being chased by that Boba Fett-looking guy who was flying the TIE fighter.
Time?
All the time. He just doesn't give him a break. That's why he's always out of breath and he has to get picked up all the time. He's shit, I almost died again.
We did get to see the Stormtroopers, and then you got to see what looks like a new Empire.
Yeah, I guess that's what's going on. There's a new empire going on. What happened, Brett?
Or a faction or something.
Yeah.
Maybe there was loyalists too.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's like an insurgent group, of like loyalists from like the old empire and stuff. They're trying to disrupt the current republic. That's just my guess. I don't really exactly know what's happening, but that's what I'm guessing because
there's still rebels and there's still that's the only thing. It's like these factions still exist.
Yeah, it's like wait, 30 years later, like I figured like the rebels would have created a new new republic because remember they still had old senators and stuff, right? And I figured okay, these guys are just like the factions of the old empire trying to come back. But 30 years later, they can't stamp that down, really? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, well, the Empire is lucky to even still be there after the end of the original.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I would totally expect there still to be rebels, but I don't think that the rebels want to form their own place. They want to take back the Empire. That's why they're rebels.
Yeah, no, but I think isn't it like the Empire are now rebels now? Isn't that the way it is?
I'm not sure. All I want to know is who is the sweet chrome stormtrooper with the black?
Yeah, who is that? That looks fucking awesome.
That's Boba Fett.
That's
he crawled out of the pit and he's like, "Oh, I need a new suit."
Yeah, he literally was all like, "Pit me a good suit."
This suit is fucked.
I don't know who that is. That was cool. I'm like, who is that? Shiny stormtrooper.
Well, Abrams is good at that, creating like mysteries with his trailer cuts.
I thought you were about to say I thought you were gonna say he's really good at making shiny stuff.
Yeah, he takes off his helmet and it's Khan.
He takes off his helmet and his face is a lens flare.
Yes. Manny, did you say his boy was in this?
Oh yeah, because there's always two things that J.J. Abrams. Well, there's multiple than two, but there's always two things that J.J. Abrams always puts in. That crazy cola that he always puts in everything, which he said he can't put that in there because it doesn't make any sense in the Star Wars universe.
He always makes reference to Kelvin and that soda.
Yeah, but Kelvin is in there.
It's crazy.
But not the soda.
Not the soda.
Slurm or whatever the hell it is.
Slurm.
Yeah, Slurm. They could have called it something else. That's funny. Any thoughts on the trailer?
No, I mean it looks cool, but I'm still being very reserved about this.
Man, you know you're gonna go see it.
I'm gonna go see it, but I'm very reserved about it. I'm gonna say this. Star Wars Episode 1 had a really good trailer too.
Yes. To it. I was about to say it.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. You saw that freaking lightsaber fight. You hear that music.
Yeah. But here's the thing though, and this gives me hope. Remember the very first trailer for Star Wars Episode 1 was so awesome, and that movie was not that good. The first trailer for this movie was not awesome, so I'm hoping it means that this movie will be great.
I don't even feel that this. I don't even feel that this trailer is awesome. I feel like people are overreacting a little too much.
You dropping shit?
Yo, man, I'm dropping my bottles.
I didn't think the last Episode 1 trailers, everybody was flipping their shit. I was like, they're hover car races.
Because it's Star Wars.
And the lightsaber and Darth Maul, the crazy man. The lightsaber.
Okay, so I remember.
Wait, are you telling me you saw the double lightsaber? You didn't lose your you saw the double lightsaber. You didn't lose your fucking mind with that crazy tattoos.
No,
it was that one. It was that one
like
trailer.
a Sith designed by a 13-year-old boy. Look, let's make him.
Ironically, at the time, I probably
Yeah.
Ironically said by the same guy who says the hilt isn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
I'm saying that a hilt on a real sword. Like, I'm a sword collector. Like, I wouldn't hold a sword without a fucking cross hilt on it. That's actually always bothered me about.
But a hilt that's gonna cut you.
No, because every time somebody clinches on a lightsaber, I'm like, that's not how real swords work. And the real sword, all you do is you press down, and your sword goes shink down the blade, and if there's no crossguard, you cut that motherfucker off at the wrist like that. That's just how it happens.
Yeah,
That's how.
I'm not against a hilt. I'm against a lightsaber hilt. It's like
What else is going to stop a lightsaber but a lightsaber blade?
That's true.
That is a very good question. Yeah, that's true.
No, you have a hand force field.
I think what would make Tony happy is if there was a crossguard under the lightsaber hilt. If there was an extra piece. For your hand. I think that would make him happy.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, there you go.
Okay.
Put the crossguard under the lightsaber part, then you're good. You know.
So or even like put it in like a little thing that's like a box, and then like has like a little cutout, and it just has like the like blade inside that little divot, just so you wouldn't accidentally cut yourself. Is that?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Because like when like the first lightsaber strikes the the main one, and it goes down the hilt, it's gonna be stopped by the lightsaber thing, right? But on the other bottom part, if your hand hits it, you'll be fine. You know?
Why would your hand hit it though?
You never know. What if the guy who you're fighting is like really fucking stronger than you? He could just turn it on you and make you cut yourself. You know?
Or what if you have really sweaty hands?
Yeah.
I think you're assuming that you hold it like this.
Well, yeah, you hold it like that, don't you? Like I'm trying to. I don't have anything.
Your hand isn't choked up that far. Like your hand's usually down like a little bit further. So like it's not really a thing. Like if you turn, like your wrist doesn't actually turn very much up like that. Not nearly enough to.
Yeah, but why would you put yourself in that situation in the first place?
It's an impossible
How do you know
situation.
it's even a hilt? How do you know it's just not exhaust?
Yeah, right.
It's lightsaber exhaust.
That'd be really weird. Like all of a sudden, lightsabers need exhaust.
Yeah,
we haven't had any forever.
Not a really well-built lightsaber. He just cobbled it together. So
I think the reason I like this trailer is because I was just so underwhelmed by that first one. I was like, yes, this is what the first one should have been. I was just very disappointed by that one.
I do think though it's very well. I mean, they obviously meant it to come out during the Star Wars convention that's happening. Right now, so there's all this news that are coming just right out of that convention now. You know.
Did they drop anything else?
I mean, other than them just showing all the stuff, like they showed all the stormtroopers, they showed they showed R2-D2 and the new R2-D2, the little ball guy, and you know they had Carrie Fisher and Peter Mayhew and Mark Hamill, you know they had them come out. They didn't roll Harrison Ford out in a wheelchair.
How are him and Peter Mayhew going to be in any action scenes, man?
Well, Harrison Ford can run.
Okay.
He actually didn't injure himself very much at all after that. After his plane crash.
Okay, that's good.
He other than a couple of some gashes and stuff, he actually didn't crash the plane at all. He actually landed it because he just landed it pretty hard. You know, because it was he had an engine failure, so he essentially tried to bring it back to the airport, but he couldn't make it. So he landed it in the golf course.
What is he, Bruce Dickinson, man? He's flying his own stuff.
He was flying a World War II plane.
That's awesome.
Like he's flying, like and then I heard I listened. There was they released the audio of it, you know, of him communicating. He's like, he literally just calm as hell. He's like, you know, control seemed to be having there seems to be engine failure. Requesting whatever field, and they're like, oh, the field is clear for you to return. Like totally cool. No, like holy shit, the fucking engines. No.
So he wasn't like, get off my plane.
Nah, he wasn't like that. He was just all cool and calm. And then they didn't hear back from him, and they're like, send out a plane to see if the runway, if he's on the runway or if he's if somewhere else, and that's it. But guy was cool as a cucumber.
Dude, Harrison Ford punched Commissioner Gordon out of the plane in that movie.
Yes, he did.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, you wrap it up.
It's a pretty late show today. So yes, Oh wait, yeah.
Unless you want me to do it.
No, it's supposed show stuff. So yes, we have the Daredevil spoiler alert.
Yes, you bastards.
It is on SoundCloud and YouTube, and there will be post on Saturday because that is usually the day that we post, pop culture stuff on the Coalition. The second thing is, yes, I will not be here next week. No. I'll be here for spoiler alert on the weekend, but next week on the 23rd, I'm leaving to go to C2E2. If you look to the what would that be? The right?
Yeah, there you go. You're pointing at it.
It's our left. We see it on the left.
Yeah. Okay, it's because it's all mirrored over here. So anyway, you look next to me, right over here. You see my my Artist Alley table, which is T10, and that is where I will be. I'll have all kinds of awesome stuff like posters, doing sketches for people, and it's going to be me and Kari Randolph, the guys that do Tech Jacket, and coming soon, We Are Robins.
Oh, you said it.
Yes.
Even though I'm pretty sure they already announced it a few months ago.
Oh no, they announced Kari on it. It's still the way they do colorists. They just kind of like, oh yeah, it's that guy.
That guy. Then they're gonna change your colors in 10 years.
Yes. Whatever. But anyway, yes, I will be at C2E2. So yeah, fans of the Throwdown, come by the table, say hello. Get to meet some of the people on the show.
You mean you?
Me. You get to meet me. And I'll do get a sketch, maybe pick up a print or something, or even just stand there and talk, because I like doing that too.
Yeah, you're always standing at those things.
So yes, also the Game of Thrones spoiler alert.
Yes,
coming up too.
We got the first episode, on SoundCloud.
So the first episode is already up on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
so
people have been listening to it too, which thank you for that.
That's good. I got to listen to it. All I got to say, one thing about that shit sounds super clear.
Yeah, on TeamSpeak, right?
Yo, man, you getting that nice, clean data. Everybody sounds all nice. Not like when you're taking the YouTube. Taking the YouTube audio and putting it onto SoundCloud, it kind of gets a little tinny sounding in some areas, but what you gonna do? Anyway, thank you for listening to the Throwdown. Make sure to follow us on thecoalition.com. Subscribe to us on SoundCloud and on iTunes. All of that stuff is on the description below. Make sure to go to our Twitter, which is Throwdown Show.
At Throwdown Show.
Throwdown Show, and to go to our Facebook, which is awesome, because we always pretty much post there too.
We just post the same shit we post everywhere else.
We just post the same stuff there. Maybe we should start posting some fun stuff on there. I don't know, but anyway.
Who's gonna do that?
Yes. So make sure to listen to us on Throwdown Your Questions this Sunday. Put your questions down on the bottom, on Coalition or on our YouTube. And yes. So I'd like to thank everybody. It was a little bit of a rocky show, in the beginning, because I got.
By the way, thank the MTA for that shit.
Yes. It was a little bit of a rocky show when we started off. I tried to do graphics and also start the show at the same time.
Oh,
didn't work.
I'll fix the MP3 and audio. It's all good, man.
Oh no, the audio is fine.
Okay.
Because the video is stupid.
Oh and no.
Also, not to mention, most of the show is my face, because I didn't realize that it was that.
Yes.
I didn't realize that it was always just showing my face. So for maybe the first hour is just my head and
yo man, they're gonna see your eyes.
They're gonna see my eyes. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I've actually never done the show on Google Hangouts before. When I was hosting the show, I used to do it with TeamSpeak. So a lot of that stuff. So I was more used to that style of doing the show. So it was a learning experience. So next time Tony's out or something, it'll be better. So yes, see you later, guys. And I just wanted to thank everybody for showing up on the show. We have Tony Polanco.
Yeah, see you later, people. Throw down your questions, bitches.
Yeah, we have Chris Seeley.
I'm Batman.
Brian Munjoma.
I just realized that the Terminator's weakness is just a giant magnet.
Yes.
That's so funny.
That's so sad.
And Mr. Brett Murdock looking all cool in his hat.
eating that pizza.
It was short and sweet.
Top of the morning to you.
Cheshire.
All right. All right, later, guys.
It was just
Later.
Later, people.